Good morning. Welcome to Kitsap Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Before we start our service, I need to call up board member Rowan Braybook for a very special announcement.
Good morning, everybody. It's a good announcement, I promise. My name is Rowan Braybrook, and I'm a 30-something white woman with dark blonde hair, and I'm currently wearing a white and green dress. I currently serve on the KUUF Board of Trustees, and on behalf of the board, I'm very happy to announce that we have reached an agreement with a new part-time minister. Yeah, we're incredibly excited. Reverend Victoria Poling will be, a familiar name to some folks. She will be KUF's quarter-time contract minister starting on August 1st. Yay. So very quickly, Reverend Victoria shared that she uses she, her pronouns and identifies as a queer, white, and Hispanic Pacific Northwesterner. Her background includes environmental research, tall ship sailing, nonprofit arts management, and hospice chaplaincy. She received her Master of Divinity from Seattle University in 2020 and currently serves as minister to the Vashon Island UUs and as a spiritual director in private practice. If her name sounds familiar, she has spoken in the KUUF pulpit several times before. We are going to send out Reverend Victoria's bio and a photo in a forthcoming email so that everyone can get to know her a little bit better. And I wanted to share a quick thank you to board members Bill, Robin, Ellie, Beth, and Lenny for their work on the search and hiring process. And we really look forward to welcoming Reverend Victoria when she starts in our community in August. So thanks so much.
All right. Now please stay seated and enjoy our KUUF choir as they sing "Come Travel With Me," an old choir favorite. The song was inspired by Walt Whitman's Song of the Open Road, and the music is by Scott Farthing.
Let's go.
right, thank you so much. Hi, Jim. Hi, Sue. Once again, welcome to Kitsap Unitarian Universalist Fellowship! Exclamation point. We are so glad to be together in this loving, vibrant community. Whoever you are and wherever you come from, for this hour, we here are one gathered congregation and all are welcome. My name is Mac Johnson, and in the spirit of our KUUF mission, and as we strive to be more inclusive, I offer you this self-description. I have very, very, very light gray hair and a beard. I wear wire rim glasses, and I'm wearing a lemon lime plaid t-shirt with an accent of KUUF.org t-shirt underneath. My wife Lisa and I have been active here for over 30 years. She's served in a variety of important leadership positions, me less so, when called. Our worship this morning celebrates summer, adventure afar and close to home, and the wonderful power of music. Our recently hired choir director and longtime friend, Alina Menifee Hemingway, has organized the program, drawing on help from Brian Kenny, the KUUF Choir, and a host of other members and friends. We hope you love our musical celebration today. I'd like to welcome any visitors. If you are here in person, we all look forward to welcoming you outside after the service. And I invite you to follow along in the order of service. For those attending virtually, all the links for the service, including the order of service, are on our website and in this morning's worship service email. If you're here in the sanctuary this morning, please silence all your electronic devices. For once, I did mine in advance. The announcements are available on our website, kuuf.org, or in our weekly email newsletter, The Candle. We now would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the Aboriginal territory of the Suquamish people. Expert fishermen, canoe builders, and basket weavers, the Suquamish live in harmony with the lands and waterways along Washington's Central Salish Sea as they have for thousands of years. Here, the Suquamish live and protect the land and waters of their ancestors for future generations, as promised by the Point Elliott Treaty of 1855. Our opening words echo Reverend Carol McKinley from last week's service from Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Places You'll Go. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. Whew. So get on your way. Now, get ready to move and shake with the KUUF Choir and Harry Belafonte's Turn the World Around, arranged by our own Mike Menifee. Please feel free to grab a rhythm device and play along. These devices are found under your seats. They were put there on purpose.
This could get intense really quickly.
Yeah. Whole lot of shaking going on. Wonderful. And now we welcome Ellie Klomenser to come up for the lighting of our chalice.
Join me now in lighting our chalice. If you have your own chalice or candle at home, please light it as I read our chalice lighting words by John Mark Green. Set fire to all your maps. Forget how it's always been. We're explorers of the heart, learning to dream again. The adventure of a lifetime with love along as our guide. Exotic places beyond imagination, ones we've longed for deep inside.
Please join me now in the spoken affirmation. The words will appear on the screen. We gather as a caring community seeking life's deeper meanings. We value diversity and affirm the worth of all living things. We strive to speak truth in love, to act for justice, to grow in spirit, and to care for the earth. We celebrate with open hearts and minds the creative power that sustains and transforms us. Our next piece introduces new friend Tiffany Drake to sing How Far I'll Go by Alihi Carvalho. The song is from the Disney film Moana. Brian Kenny plays accompaniment.
I've been standing at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, though I long to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything's by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island. Maybe I can roll with mine. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'll be satisfied if I play along. The voice inside sings a different song. What's wrong with me? See the line where the sky meets the sea. It's blinding, and no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me and let me know what's beyond that line. Will I cross that line? See the line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go.
It's now time for an offering and gift of music. Normally, Melinda Hughes would come up for our time for all ages, but today we have a switch so the children can enjoy our gift of music. I'm totally lost. Super, guys, thank you. And I apologize for a few omissions. Our monthly giving recipient is the Bremerton Food Line. Speak to the ushers after the service if you'd like to donate, didn't know how, or want to donate to KUUF. And that was Henry and Michael Woods playing, as you all know, I think, Linus and Lucy by Vince Guaraldi. Now, Melinda Hughes, our Director of Religious Education, will share our time for all ages.
Good morning, everyone. So I am a woman in my mid-50s with faded red hair. Today I'm wearing a bright teal, I guess, tealy colored top. And you can't see him back here, but white pants. Thanks for children. I know sometimes it's hard to sit in here, but I just really wanted y'all to be able to hear Henry play. So this morning I'm going to share a story titled A Quiet Place by Douglas Wood and illustrated by Dan Andreessen. So think about the adventure that the choir's taking you on, and this story will talk about an adventure that you can go on. Sometimes a person needs a quiet place. A place to rest your ears from bells ringing and whistles shrieking and grown-ups talking and engines roaring and horns blaring and grown-ups talking and radios playing and grown-ups, well, even grown-ups need a quiet place sometimes. But it can be hard to find one. You have to know where to look. You could look under a bush, a lilac bush in your own backyard. When you crawl underneath it, all the sounds of the world seem soft and far away. And you can be a pirate finding buried treasure on a desert island. A bush could be your quiet place until someone calls you to clean your room. Then you could look in the woods. You might find an old stump for a chair or a mossy log for a couch in a green mansion of shadows and sunbeams. It's not really quiet, of course. Blue jays scream warnings and wind sings in the leaves, but it feels quiet. And you can be a timber wolf, the gray ghost of the forest. The woods could be your quiet place. But if the woods are too dark and deep, you could look by the sea on a beach in the early morning fog. Your footprints are the first of the day. The waves are roaring and the gulls are crying, but it doesn't seem noisy. The beach could be your quiet place. But if the beach is not your cup of tea, you could look in the desert where Old Man Saguaro reaches for the sky and far-off thunderheads bloom like sky flowers over the mesas. A cactus wren drops by for a visit, and while a horned toad blinks in the sun. The desert could be your quiet place. But if the desert is a bit too dry, you could sit by a pond. A heron by the shore stands still as a tree branch, and the water is so calm it looks like a mirror. Then a frog plops from a lily pad, and your face begins to wiggle. And you can be the world's greatest fisherman reeling in a monster catch. A pond could be your quiet place. But if the fish aren't biting, you could look in a cavern where every footstep echoes and the slow drip, drip of water builds new rocks that hang like icicles or stand like sculptures, where days and nights and weeks and years are all the same. And you can be a cave dweller in the lair of the saber-toothed tiger. A cave could be your quiet place. But if a cave is too cold and damp, you could climb to the top of the hill where clouds float by like ships or alligators or elephants. On a hilltop, you can see a long way and think long thoughts about how and what and why. And you can be a mountain climber on the top of the world. A hilltop could be your quiet place. But if your legs are too tired for climbing, you could wait for a snowy day and lie down in a snowdrift. All around you, the falling snow whispers, shh, and wraps the world in silence. If you listen closely, you can almost hear it breathing. A polar bear sleeping in a land where the snowy silence never ends. A snowdrift could be your quiet place. But if it's too warm for snowdrifts, you could visit a museum where brass tigers and bronze lions stand silent guard over fabulous treasures. Every painting is a magic window that your own imagination can open wide and climb through. And you can be an artist admiring your own masterpiece. A museum could be your quiet place. But if the museum is closed for renovation, you could go to a secret corner of the library where the only people talking are between the covers of books. They speak so softly, you can only hear them in your head. As you read about forests and oceans and deserts and caverns and museums and thousands of other things, a library could be your quiet place. But if the library isn't open yet, you could go home and clean your room and read your own books and think your own thoughts and feel your own feelings and discover the very best quiet place of all, the one that's always there, no matter where you go or where you stay, the one inside of you. Lots of adventuresome places. Has anybody signed up? I did, for this library reading program this summer. You know, adults can do it too. And you can do it online. So if you haven't yet, check it out, Kitsap Regional Library. And I actually want to do a shout out. I want to thank Genevieve, who graciously is standing in today so that I can be with the choir. So thanks, Genevieve. And Genevieve, the attendance is on the table out there. So will you please now join me, rising in body or spirit, as we sing The Children on Their Way.
Now is the time for our joys and sorrows. When shared together, our joys are amplified and our sorrows lessened. I start with an anonymous sorrow for the millions across the South and Southwest and across the world who are unsheltered and suffering grievously in the intense record-breaking heat. Yes. Here's a sorrow from the choir. Peggy Davis, a longtime treasured member of our choir, has not been able to rejoin us due to a medical problem. Please join the choir in sending healing thoughts to Peggy. Mac and Lisa Johnson, that's me and her, have two sorrows. One is for Elowen, the granddaughter of our neighbors, whose leukemia has returned and who now must endure a second bone marrow transplant. Elowen is 14 months old. And we also have a concern about our son Isaac and his wife Mallory, who are having a rough patch in their marriage. And we light one last candle for those joys and sorrows that are still too tender to share. Please join me now in a moment of prayer or intention. In the spirit of community, in which we find strength and common purpose, we share our joys, our sorrows, our hopes, and dreams. We have turned our minds and hearts toward one another in trust, giving love, seeking comfort, and celebrating together. We are part of the web of life that makes us one with all humanity, one with all the universe. In all the moments of our lives, for those loved ones and events shared this morning, and for those we yet hold in the silence of our hearts, we are truly grateful for the love and support of this beloved community. May the spirit of life and love bring peace to us all. Amen, and blessed be. Please remain seated as we sing Spirit of Life, hymn number 123 in our gray hymnal. The words will appear on your screen. Invite up Alina Menifee Hemingway, our featured presenter.
Hi there. Hello. I'm Alina Hemingway, and I'm a tall-ish woman in my 30s with long brown hair and some freckles. I'm wearing a white dress with red flowers on it, and I'm also our new choir director, and I will be leading us on our musical adventure today. Our first reading is Tyler Knott Gregson's I Want a Life Measured. I want a life measured in first steps on foreign soils and deep breaths on brand new seas. I want a life measured in welcome signs, each stamped with a different name, borders marked with metal and paint. Show me the streets that don't know the music of my meandering feet, and I will play their song upon them. Perfume me, please, in the smells of far away. I will never wash my hair if it promises to stay. I want a life measured in the places I haven't gone. Short sleeps on long flights. Strange voices teaching me new words to describe the dawn. Please join us now in a moment of silent meditation. In the quiet, misty morning, when the moon has gone to bed, when the sparrows stop their singing, and the sky is clear and red, when the summer sees its gleaming, when the corn is past its prime, when adventure's lost its meaning, I'll be homeward bound in time, riding on to the pasture, dreaming on to the plow. Set me free to find my calling, and I'll return to you somehow. If you find it's me you're missing, if you're lonely, I'll return to your arms. I'll soon be listening. In the road I'll stop and turn, then the wind will set me racing as my journey nears its end. And the road be retracing when I'm homeward bound again, riding on to the pasture, dreaming on to the plow. Set me free to find my calling, and I'll return to you somehow. In the quiet, misty morning, when the moon has gone to bed, when the sparrows stop their singing, I'll be homeward bound. Thank you so much, choir, and Lucia Smith for that lovely solo. Set me free to find my calling. That line has been on my mind since we started working on this song again. As a new mom and as a child of KUUF, that line resonates with me in many different ways. As many of us did after high school, I took off on a grand adventure. I earned a position singing with the Navy Band in Italy and got to tour Europe and Africa as a singer with them for several years. It was a pretty wild time. There's nothing like that first big adventure as a grown-up, right? So as Ted Johnsrud joins us to play Louis Armstrong's Sunny Side of the Street, We invite you to let youthful optimism wash over you. Let's all reflect on a defining event in our young adulthood and appreciate the quality of the light that time brings to the memory. Thank you, Ted. That was great. Who knew we all needed more harmonica in our lives? It's awesome. Thank you. This next song, with its iconic quotes from the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., inspired a 21-year-old Ed Luby to join Up With People. That year, he says, I traveled around the world with nearly 200 other young people from 24 different countries, using a 2-hour musical show as the vehicle to participate in community projects and outreach. The physical, emotional, and spiritual journey I shared with these young, vibrant future leaders left an indelible mark on my soul. Now enjoy Ed and Brian's rendition of Does It Really Matter, featuring Lenny Barone, quoting Dr. King.
I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Free at last, we should be free at last, not prisoners of a past divided by races. Well, it's kind of strange, though we're all about the same. Somehow these lines remain. We stay in our places. And what What does the color of the skin have to do with the person within? Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Well, I really don't know, but when you take it past the color zone and you get right down to the bone, tell me, does it really matter? Does it matter at all? Rich or poor, there's a destiny in store we will share forevermore. No one's excluded. And if one day they blow this world of ours away, well, it makes no difference how you pray, 'cause we're all included. And when a hungry baby cries, can you tell me what color are the tears in his eyes? Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Well, I really don't know, but when you take it past the color zone and you get right down to the bone, tell me, does it really matter? Does it matter at all? Well, the vision is living on. It lights the road we travel on. Judging not by the color of the skin. No, no, no. No, it's the content of the man, the character that stands shining from within. Does it matter?
Does it really matter?
Does it really matter? Well, I really don't know. But when you take it past the color zone and you get right down to the bone, tell me, does it really matter? Does it matter at all?
I have a dream today that the brotherhood of man will become a reality, and this day I have a dream.
Does it really matter?
Wow. That was truly, truly incredible. I mean, we've heard it in rehearsals, but not like that. That was amazing. Thank you guys so much. I knew that we wouldn't know how to follow this, so I'm going to leave it up to Antonio Machado to lead us into our next song. Traveler, your footprints are the only road, nothing else. Traveler, there is no road. You make your own path as you walk. As you walk, you make your own road, and when you look back, you see the path that you will never travel again. Traveler, there is no road, only a ship's wake on the sea. Beautiful job, choir. Thank you so much. Alrighty. As our journey today nears its end, let's let Aaron Hansen's poem, Returning, turn our minds to the road home. Perhaps we only leave so we can once again arrive. You can schnoogie that for us. Sorry. Perhaps we only leave so we can once again arrive, to get a bird's eye view of what it means to be alive. For there is beauty in returning. Oh, how wonderful, how strange, to see that everything's different. But no, it's only you who have changed.
Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, almost heaven. West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear her voice in the morning hours, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, country roads.
Thanks, y'all. That was really fun. That's actually the first time since Alan and I were kids that my dad and my brother and I have had a chance to perform together. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is a pretty special time for our family. After years apart exploring other states and other countries, some great times and some pretty tough ones along the way too, we're all home again. We, my family, and the whole KUUF choir wish you all the same joy, love, and peace that we're finding here in this beautiful place. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So now, I'd like to invite all of you to please rise in body and spirit to sing our closing hymn, May Your Life Be as a Song. The words will be on your screen, not scream. You can scream if you want to. We're going to do this one by ear today. So the choir will sing it a couple of times through so you can feel how it goes, and then join in whenever you feel like you have it, okay? Once we're all together, the choir will break off into a round. So if you want the easier part, stick with Mike. If you want a challenge, join the choir. All right. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. Ever dancing circles in the night. I think it's your turn, Max. Thank you all.
Thank you all for such a wonderful service. We are now inviting you to coffee hour after the service. There will also be a meeting of the Social Justice Committee after the service in the Elmore Room at about 11:45. Also a reminder to ushers, there'll be a safety plan explanation and walkthrough right after the service here in the sanctuary. Is coffee and tea being served in the breezeway, or is it a high hazard zone? Okay, I think there's food and drink somewhere. Shouldn't be that hard to find. Don't fall off the breezeway. You're welcome to bring your beverage and snacks back into the building if you wish, as long as you don't interrupt the safety training or the Social Justice Committee meeting. But you can join either. I now offer our closing words and chalice extinguishing. Blessed by our connections, by Susan Carlson. We leave blessed by our connections to one another, to the Spirit of life. Walk lightly, that you see the life that's below your feet. Spread your arms as if you had wings and could dance through the air. Feel the joy of the breath in your lungs and the fire in your heart. Live to love and be a blessing on this earth.